Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
I'm like the proud mother. Yes, do you see my smile? Jeez.
What's the odds that you would do that in front of the camera? Like, that's one of the moments where he forgot he was on tape.
This update hit like a storm. So many people were left disappointed when 50 Cent's documentary on Sean Diddy Combs completely skipped over the mysterious death of Kim Porter. That silence, it didn't go unnoticed. It had the internet buzzing non-stop. But now the story seems to be taking a wild turn. Word on the street is that Kim Porter's oldest son, Quincy Brown, might be teaming up with 50 Cent for a brand new documentary centered entirely on Kim's story. Just that alone sent shockwaves through fans and insiders alike. For months, people had been questioning Quincy's loyalty after he made that brief appearance at Diddy's trial just one day, and he was out. Some took it as a quiet show of support, but it might have been way deeper than that. Here's the twist. Quincy never defended Diddy online. He never clapped back at critics, never tried to shift the spotlight. Unlike Christian Combs, who often jumped to Diddy's defense, Quincy kept his cool and stayed in the shadows. That calm, silent approach spoke volumes. And here's what really separates him. While Christian and Justin Combs have both been named in lawsuits linked to Diddy's controversies, Quincy has never been accused of anything. Not once. That spotless reputation puts him in a totally different lane from Diddy's biological sons. Now, insiders are claiming Quincy's been playing the long game, moving smart, not loud. Some say he's been quietly watching Diddy's every move while making sure his sister stayed safe behind the scenes. Whatever's going on, it sounds like Quincy's been strategizing in silence and things might be about to explode. Sources say Quincy stayed close until the moment Diddy was taken into custody. Then everything changed. Once Diddy ended up behind bars, Quincy apparently switched gears completely. Now, he's said to be diving deep into the dark whispers and long-standing rumors surrounding Kim Porter's mysterious death and whether Diddy may have had any connection to it. That's a bold move that's got everyone talking. And if 50 Cent is really backing this project, things could get explosive. This isn't just another documentary. It could expose untold truths, hidden details, and behind-the-scenes secrets people have been too afraid to speak on. Industry insiders are already saying this film might shake Hollywood and the music world in ways no one saw coming. Quincy has always stood out from Diddy's other sons. His whole energy is just different. Even though Diddy played a big role in raising him, that contrast between Quincy and the rest of the family has been crystal clear for years and people have definitely been paying attention. When Homeland Security raided Diddy's properties last year, things went wild. Both Christian and Justin Combs were reportedly on the scene and even ended up in handcuffs. Those images spread all over the internet within minutes. But what really got people talking was Quincy's complete absence along with the twins being nowhere to be found. That silence and distance had everyone online asking the same question. Where was Quincy during all this? Adding more fuel to the mystery, singer Jaguar Wright came forward claiming Quincy might have been quietly cooperating with federal investigators. That statement alone sent the internet into a frenzy. Nobody knew what was true. But one thing was clear. Quincy wasn't moving like the rest of them. And that had everyone on edge. Let's get one thing straight. Those rumors about Quincy being in witness protection, they sound way off. People actually saw him show up at Diddy's trial sitting with the family in full view of the cameras. That appearance alone shattered that whole theory in seconds. But new reports are painting a different story entirely. Allegedly, Quincy stayed close to Diddy for one powerful reason: to protect his sisters. Sources claim he was deeply worried about their safety and was determined to keep a promise he made to his mother, Kim Porter, to always look out for them no matter what. That explains why he stayed quiet while everyone else was talking. Quincy never gave interviews about his mother's death, never posted emotional messages online, and never pointed fingers publicly. But insiders now say that silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. Allegedly, Quincy knew he couldn't make any moves against Diddy until the time was right. And now it seems that moment has finally arrived. Reports suggest Quincy is putting together a full-length documentary dedicated to Kim Porter's life, the unanswered questions surrounding her passing, and the long tense history between her and Diddy. And with 50 Cent rumored to be back in the project, this could blow the lid off everything. People are already whispering that this film might finally bring hidden truths to light. Something about Kim's death never sat right with the public. On November 15, 2018, tragedy struck when Kim Porter was found unresponsive inside her Los Angeles home. A family member discovered her in bed, and by the time paramedics arrived, it was too late. Kim Porter, just 47 years old, was gone, and the shock hit the world instantly. The autopsy later listed lobar pneumonia as Kim Porter's official cause of death, and the LA County Medical Examiner ruled it as natural. On paper, that sounds simple and clear, but once you look closer at the timeline, things start feeling off real fast. Reports say Kim first complained of a sore throat around November 7th. Just a few days later, by November 12th, she developed a fever that escalated quickly. That sudden shift from mild symptoms to a fatal illness left a lot of people uneasy, wondering if something was being left out of the story. According to medical notes and family reports, Kim tested negative for both the flu and strep throat. She was being treated with antibiotics, vitamins, and pain meds to help her recover. Her family later mentioned that by November 14th, she was actually doing better. Her temperature was back to normal, and she was feeling strong enough to have a massage that evening. But that single detail has always sparked major questions. If Kim was still battling pneumonia, why would anyone risk bringing an outside person into the house at that stage? And here's where things get even stranger. The identity of the massage therapist has never been made public. That missing detail continues to haunt the timeline, leaving people to wonder if something about that night wasn't exactly as it seemed.
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors.
What made everything even more confusing was the coroner's final report. It confirmed that Kim Porter had no history of drug or alcohol use and no underlying medical issues at all. By every account, she was healthy and active, which only made her sudden passing feel even more mysterious. Not long after her death, the first person to openly question the official story was none other than Kim's ex and Quincy Brown's biological father, Alb Shaw. From that moment, the doubts surrounding Kim's death never really went away. Ali Shaw has been clear about one thing. He saw Kim not long before she passed. And according to him, she didn't mention feeling sick at all. He said she showed no signs of serious health problems. For years, he couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. And eventually he decided to stop holding back. In July 2020, Ul shared a deeply emotional video of himself crying, footage from the very morning he found out about Kim's death. Along with it, he wrote a caption that instantly caught people's attention. "I just found this footage from the morning I learned of Kim Porter's death and how it ripped the soul from my physical body." Then he went even further, saying, "I know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS." Those were strong words that shook the internet and reignited old suspicions. Ul didn't stop there. He added another emotional note. "This is where I get in trouble. We just celebrated our son Quincy's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in fantastic health." He even recalled Kim laughing and enjoying herself while watching him and Diddy interact at a theater. His message was clear. Kim looked happy, full of life, and nowhere near the fragile state the official report suggested. I'll Be Sure ended that emotional post with a powerful hashtag, #. Don't let the love songs fool you. Many saw that as a direct jab at Diddy and his public tributes to Kim Porter. It was bold, raw, and full of hidden meaning. But soon after posting it, Ul deleted the message, later explaining that Quincy had reached out saying the post was too triggering for him to see. Still, even after taking it down, Ul didn't walk anything back. He stood firm and later doubled down, making it crystal clear that he still doesn't believe the official story about Kim's death adds up. Fans immediately started whispering that Diddy might have pressured Quincy to get his father to delete the post. Some even claimed Diddy was trying to stir up tension between Quincy and Ul, hoping to silence the noise before it grew louder. But through all the drama, Ul never folded. He refused to change his stance, even when it made people uncomfortable. He kept speaking up, hinting that there was way more to Kim's death than the public had been told. Then in November 2021, Ul dropped another bombshell, a throwback photo of himself with Kim and Quincy. paired with a caption that sent chills through his followers. He wrote that Kim once messaged him saying, "Life imitating art. Art imitating life. Now it all makes sense." He hinted that she had shared even deeper, more private details with him that he never revealed publicly. Ul added that Kim told him she was running and he advised her to call the FBI. That statement alone left fans speechless, and in the comments he didn't hold back. He wrote, "You would never believe what she went through," making it clear he believed Kim's story went way beyond what the world had been told. That's when everything took a truly eerie turn. Just months after his shocking post about Kim Porter, Albie Shaw was suddenly rushed to the hospital for a mysterious medical emergency that nobody could fully explain. The details were scarce, but what he later revealed left people stunned. According to Ul, he had collapsed unexpectedly while working in the studio, and doctors were reportedly baffled. Out of nowhere, he developed several serious health complications all at once with no clear cause or warning signs. It didn't make sense to anyone around him. The situation became terrifying. Ul ended up spending almost 2 months in a coma. When he finally woke up, he shared that he had undergone multiple life-saving procedures, including an organ transplant, several blood transfusions, intubation, and time on a ventilator. The experience was truly life-threatening, and naturally, his fans were shaken to the core. Soon, people online started connecting the dots. Many began pointing out that several individuals linked to Diddy's inner circle had reportedly fallen seriously ill or even died from pneumonia-related conditions over the years. And that's where the speculation went into overdrive. Names like Heavy D, Brittany Murphy, and Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, all started resurfacing in online discussions. In fact, Bobby Christina's own autopsy listed lobar pneumonia, the exact same condition that was officially cited in Kim Porter's death. That single similarity reignited every old theory and set social media on fire. Even after coming dangerously close to losing his own life, Ul didn't change his stance one bit. He stood firm, saying he still believed none of this was random and that the full truth behind Kim Porter's death had yet to be revealed. Ul Shaw didn't go silent, not even for a second. Instead, he kept posting online, dropping cryptic hints and bold statements that fueled growing rumors suggesting Diddy might somehow be connected to both Kim Porter's death and Ul's own mysterious medical crisis. The pressure around the situation started to build fast, and this year, things exploded when mainstream media finally gave Ul a major platform to speak his truth. He sat down with Fox 5 New York for a powerful interview tied to his upcoming memoir. During that appearance, he looked straight into the camera and said, "Do you believe me now?" That moment hit hard. It was emotional, chilling, and it changed everything. In that same interview, Ul didn't hold back at all. He made some heavy claims, saying he never believed Kim's death was natural, not from day one. He went even further, strongly suggesting that Diddy could be linked not just to Kim's passing, but also to the medical emergency that nearly took his own life. Ul claimed he's 100% convinced. Someone tried to take him out in 2022 right after he began publicly speaking about Kim's death. That statement alone sent shock waves across social media. Fans, journalists, and even industry insiders couldn't stop talking about it. Ul made it clear that he doesn't believe pneumonia was the real cause of Kim's death, insisting there's still more truth that hasn't been revealed yet. And according to him, that truth will come out one day now that his claims have been documented through a major media outlet. The conversation surrounding Kim Porter's mysterious passing has grown louder and far more serious. Right now, it's unclear where things stand between Ul Shaw and his son Quincy. Some sources say they've been quietly working on rebuilding their relationship, while others claim there's still tension lingering. It's also unknown whether Ul is directly involved in the rumored documentary Quincy said to be producing about Kim's life and death. But fans are hoping he is. After all, Albie Shaw was the very first and still one of the only major figures in the entertainment industry to publicly demand a real investigation into Kim Porter's passing. And now, with the spotlight shining brighter than ever, that demand is echoing louder than before. Albie Shaw's voice carries serious weight, and right now, that could matter more than ever. Many believe Kim Porter deserves real answers and real justice, especially when you consider everything 50 Cent has already uncovered about the unsolved Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I. cases. Those stories exposed how power, manipulation, and silence often shape what happens behind the scenes, and it's made people look at Kim's case through a whole new lens. There's a growing belief that Diddy had a long-standing pattern of controlling those closest to him, and many feel Kim Porter wasn't exempt from that. Reports and past accounts describe a relationship where Kim allegedly lived under strict control, one that raised red flags long before Cassie Ventura ever came into the picture. That history has made people question just how much power did he really had over the people in his circle. Over the years, he's built a reputation for being a man who never gives up control, someone who moves strategically to protect his image and his influence. And now, with Quincy stepping forward and whispers of a full documentary in the works, many believe the truth about Kim's life and what may have truly happened could finally start coming to light. The world is watching closely this time, waiting to see if the story that's been hidden in the shadows for years will finally be revealed. Now, in 2026, this story has taken on an entirely new life. What started as whispers about Kim Porter's mysterious passing and Diddy's alleged control over those close to him has erupted into one of the biggest scandals the entertainment world has ever seen. With Diddy facing multiple federal investigations, the spotlight on everyone connected to him, especially Quincy Brown and Al Shaw, has never been brighter. In late 2025, Homeland Security and the FBI confirmed ongoing investigations tied to Sean Diddy Combs following multiple raids on his Los Angeles and Miami properties. These weren't just rumors. Agents actually seized electronic devices, hard drives, and travel records as part of what officials described as a multi-jurisdictional probe. The investigations reportedly focus on accusations of sex trafficking, coercion, and financial misconduct, and authorities have stated publicly that they are looking into potential connections stretching back decades. At the same time, media outlets like Rolling Stone, The Guardian, and Fox 5 New York have continued digging into the pattern of mysterious incidents surrounding figures once close to Diddy. And that's where Kim Porter's name keeps resurfacing. Fans and investigators alike have questioned whether her passing and the strange health events that followed for Al Shaw could fit into a broader story of silence, fear, and control within Diddy's circle. Meanwhile, 50 Cent hasn't backed down one bit. He's been openly teasing a new documentary, one set to dive even deeper into Diddy's legal troubles, the industry's dark history, and the unanswered questions around Kim Porter's death. On social media, he's been relentless, posting updates, court news, and bold claims that the truth always finds a way out. And while Quincy Brown has stayed mostly quiet, industry insiders claim he's been working behind the scenes, reportedly gathering stories from Kim's closest friends and family to make sure her legacy is told truthfully. Now, as federal investigations intensify and more witnesses come forward, this once silent story is finally echoing across the industry. The pressure is mounting, the secrets are unraveling, and people are asking one haunting question that refuses to fade away. What really happened to Kim Porter? And how deep does this go? By early 2026, the case surrounding Diddy's downfall has only grown darker, and the facts are impossible to ignore. What began as isolated accusations has now expanded into a full-scale federal investigation involving Homeland Security, the FBI, and multiple state agencies. According to verified reports from CNN, Rolling Stone, and NBC News, authorities are actively reviewing allegations connected to years of abuse, trafficking, and financial crimes linked to Diddy's business empire and personal network. In December 2025, Rolling Stone confirmed that several individuals previously connected to Bad Boy Entertainment have formally cooperated with investigators. These witnesses reportedly provided digital evidence and first-hand statements detailing misconduct dating back to the late 1990s. Court filings show that federal prosecutors are exploring possible racketeering-related charges, suggesting that this investigation may go far beyond the earlier civil lawsuits filed by Cassie Ventura and others. Cass's 2023 lawsuit settled within 24 hours opened the floodgates for others to come forward. And by 2024, multiple women had filed similar claims describing a long pattern of violence and intimidation. Those cases are now being examined alongside the ongoing federal probe, which has reportedly widened to include past associates, security staff, and industry insiders. Meanwhile, public sentiment toward Diddy has shifted dramatically. Several major brands and media partners have cut ties, and multiple award shows have quietly removed his name from upcoming tributes or nomination lists. Streaming platforms have even begun reviewing the handling of royalties tied to his catalog amid legal scrutiny. As for Kim Porter's story, interest in her case has reignited in the public eye. With federal investigations resurfacing old files, journalists have begun re-examining inconsistencies in her autopsy timeline and statements made by people close to her. While authorities have not reopened her case, it has been cited repeatedly in recent media coverage as one of the key turning points that first made people question Diddy's private world. And through it all, Quincy Brown has remained noticeably reserved. Still, sources close to the family told the Daily Mail that he's been quietly ensuring his younger sisters are protected amid the chaos and that he hasn't ruled out publicly addressing his mother's story in the future. At this point, the truth seems closer than ever. With real investigations unfolding, the walls are closing in, and Hollywood is holding its breath, waiting to see just how far these revelations will reach. As 2026 unfolds, the investigation surrounding Sean Diddy Combs has reached a critical stage. And this time, the developments are backed by hard evidence and official records. According to verified reports from CNN, NBC News, Rolling Stone, and the New York Times, federal agents are actively preparing their next steps after uncovering what sources describe as substantial digital evidence during the 2024 and 2025 raids on Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. Those raids were conducted by Homeland Security Investigations, HSI, as part of an ongoing probe into alleged sex trafficking, racketeering, and money laundering tied to Diddy's business network. Law enforcement officials confirmed that multiple electronic devices, including phones, computers, and encrypted hard drives, were seized and are being analyzed by federal forensic teams. The same sources reported that several of Diddy's former employees, including bodyguards, assistants, and producers, have cooperated with investigators, offering first-hand details that reportedly align with the claims made in Cassie Venter's 2023 lawsuit. In early 2026, Rolling Stone and The Guardian both verified that new witnesses have come forward, describing what they called decades of abuse and intimidation behind the glamorous public image. Federal sources told NBC News that investigators are now focused on connecting the dots between Diddy's personal conduct and his corporate entities, suggesting potential financial crimes could be tied to the same pattern of coercive control long rumored in his private life. Meanwhile, social media has exploded with renewed discussion of Kim Porter's mysterious 2018 death. While the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not reopened her case, her name continues to trend alongside every major update in Diddy's investigation. Fans, journalists, and even former associates have called for authorities to re-examine her autopsy and timeline in light of new information emerging from federal files. Quincy Brown has not issued public statements, but outlets like Page Six and People reported that he's been staying out of the spotlight, focusing on family and quietly maintaining distance from anything connected to Diddy's brand. Albie Shaw, however, has continued to stand firm, sharing that he's praying for the truth to surface, and that he believes justice will eventually find its way through all the chaos. With every new revelation, the once untouchable music mogul's empire appears to be crumbling piece by piece, and the industry is bracing for what could become one of the most shocking legal showdowns in entertainment history. If you thought this story was wild, just wait till you see what's next. The next video dives even deeper into a whole new set of shocking connections involving people you'd never expect to be part of stories like this. It's intense, it's real, and it's packed with twists that will have you questioning everything. So, don't wait. Click right here to watch the next video and see the truth unfold for yourself. Then come back and tell us what you think. But before you go, we want to know, after everything you've just heard about Kim Porter, Quincy Brown, Albie Shaw, and the investigation surrounding Diddy, do you think the truth is finally coming out? Or are there still deeper secrets hiding behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading every single